Hello students, today's topic of discussion is significant figures. So we're gonna look into the rules of significant figures into the next slide. The basic concept of significant figure in the measurement relates to the fact that a measured value cannot be more precise than the equipment being used to make the measurement. Okay. Now, the rule that is most important. It will help you to solve some of the good questions that might come into your coming exams. Okay. So the first rule is all non-zero digits are significant, just like the example I have given you. So 211.8 has four significant figures because all these non-zero digits that are before the decimal and after the decimals, so there is no zero there, so has a total four significant figures in this example. Now move on to the next example. All zeros that are found between non-zero digits are significant. For example, this one, 2 non-zero and 7 non-zero. In between there they have given 3 zeros. So all total how many significant figure will be there? So 5. Because at this time the 0 is lying in between these two numbers. So it will be counted in the significant figure. So total there will be 5 significant figures out there. Now move on to the third rule. Leading zeros to the left of first non-zero digit. So this is first non-zero digit and then there is a leading zero out there in the left side of this. Okay. So are not significant. So these zero are not significant. These two zeros are not significant. So in this example, how many significant figures are there? So only two significant figures. This 8 and 5. Okay. Now move on to the next rule. Trailing zero for a whole number that end with the decimal points are significant. Like the example that I have given you, 320, and after that there is a decimal point. So how many significant figures are there? 3 significant figures are there. Okay. If I have given you this example, this without decimal, then how many significant figure are there? Only 2, these 2. Okay, so in this example there is a 2 significant figure, in this there is a 3 significant figure. Okay, explanation is given out there, you can read it. Now move on to the next rule. Trailing zeros to the right of the decimal place are significant, like this. This is non-zero. After decimal there is 3 trailing zero out there. So in this example there will be 5 significant figure. Okay, after decimal there is 3 0, it will be counted in the significant figure. Okay, hope you have understood this example. Now move on to the next rule. Exact numbers like exact numbers and irrationally defined numbers like Euler's number or pi, they will have infinite number of significant figure. Remember this thing. Okay, in a defining expression like 1 meter equivalent to 100 centimeter, so these values are considered exact and thus have an infinite number of significant figures. So because of this only in the calculators also the pi usually we take 3.14. Okay, so it is considered to be the value with infinite significant figures. Now move on to the next rule. This is very interesting and the possibility of getting question from this concept is very high in your exam. Look to this rule. For any value written in a scientific notation like this, okay, so if anything written like this, a 10 to the power x, so whatever the previous rule you have just now done, so you have to focus on this a only. You have to apply all those rules here only, not in this part. Okay, you don't even have to look to this thing. So now this concept will be more clear if you look to this example. So first you take this 4500. How many significant figures there? So clearly 4 significant figures are there in this example. Now suppose they have written this thing in a scientific notation like 4.5 into 10 to power 3. So how many significant figures it will have? So we don't have to look to this thing. As already we have discussed, we don't have to look to this. Only A. So how many significant figure? 2 only, 4 and 5. Now move on to the next example, 4.50. Again, don't look to this. 3. How many significant figure? 3, 4, 5 and 0. In this example, how many significant figure? 4, 5, 0, 0. So 4 significant figure. We don't have to look to this. Hope all of you have got this thing clear. Now, few more examples just to test you have understood the concept or not. Try to solve this one. How many significant figures will be there in this? 1.06 into 10 to the power 4. Right? How many significant figure will be there? So just based on this concept. So according to the rule that we have done, we don't have to look to this thing. All the rule will be applicable to this only. Okay. So how many significant figure? 3. Okay. Now one more example. 1.060 into 10 to the power 4. Now try this. How many significant figure will be there? Hope all of you will do this correctly. So 4 significant figure because there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now move on to the next slide. Few questions for your practice. Pause your video for 2 minutes and try to solve this question as a test. Okay. So all the rules you have done. If you want, you can revisit all the rule again. If you want, even you can write it down in your paper, revise it, and then try to solve this question. Okay. So that if you do it correctly, it will boost your confidence a lot. Now, we should look into the solution for these questions. How many of you have done it correctly? So for this first question, how many significant figure it has? So 3. So this was pretty easy. Now second one, after decimal, according to the rule, it will have 3 significant figure only. Even in this 0 is not considered as a significant. So this 3 numbers, so 3 significant figure. Again same rule, these 2 0 will not be considered. So only 2 significant figure. In this 0 will be considered as a significant because after decimal there is a number and then there is a 0 out there. So 3 significant figure. This one is a good one. Again this 0 will not be considered. So these 3 are the significant figure. Good. Now this one is important. So look to this number. You will think of it will have 6, but it's not because there is a no decimal point. So these 0 will not be considered as significant. Only 2 non-zero numbers will be considered. Why? Because if you write this thing in the scientific notation, then we'll come to know it is only 2 significant figure. Now move on to the next example. This will have 3 significant figure. Hope all of you have done all these questions correctly. If not, please revisit, redo all the rules again, reread it, and then try to do these questions. Okay, thanks.